Max, when I asked Giancarlo Stan about the Blue Jays in the clubhouse after you guys won, he said the past is the past. We're not even thinking about this, but thinking about that. But do you think this team is better now than when you guys played the Blue Jays earlier this season? And if so, why?
I mean, I think we're very much the same team. We've probably just been playing a little bit cleaner, a little better baseball. This Blue Jay team has been really good. They put a lot of pressure on the other teams, and you got to make sure to play your game and not beat yourself.
They're a team that can make you work as a pitcher, taking a lot of pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Just what's the biggest key in facing this lineup?
It's a really good lineup. They're going to battle, and they're not going to give up very many easy outs. They're going to put the ball in play and make you earn it.
Other questions for Max? We'll go to John and then Greg.
Over the course of the year, as you've gotten to watch Luis pitch and get to know him a little bit, what's impressed you, and as you've seen him develop over the course of the season?
Anytime that you get a little delayed in a season, you always feel like you're playing catch up. So for him, just getting back to form, there's been a lot of kind of ups and downs, but he's really hit his stride here over the last however many starts. So unfortunately I didn't get to see much of his season last year, but from everything that everyone's told me, it's starting to line up and look a lot similar.
Fourth row on your left, Max. Greg.
Face a team that doesn't strike out a lot. Does that change your approach at all?
No, I think at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and attack. And this is the playoffs. This is a team game. We're here to win. So don't want to try to put too much on your own shoulders, and know that you got a lot of guys behind you that are there to pick you up.
You mentioned the team playing cleaner of late. How much, comfort does that give you when you know you got those guys behind you playing the way they are?
You got to keep that mentality the whole year. So we've been playing some good baseball, and we're not going to do too much. Just keep playing the brand of baseball that we've been playing over the last month or so.
Stay over there with Eric.
Max, Ben has been learning first base basically on the fly, at least at the. What kind of growth have you seen in defensively from the start of the year to now?
I feel like he's kind of just been learning everything on the fly. As far as catching at the big league level, he's didn't get very many opportunities and then kind of got thrown into that. But also at first base, he's someone that's extremely smart and hardworking, and that he's putting in the work every day to be the best player that he possibly can be. So, the growth that we've been able to see from Ben this year on the defensive side's been tremendous.
And what makes Vlad the difficult at bat that he is?
He's got the ability to do a little of everything. He's a smart player. He's puts together really good at bats, and if he's on time, he's going to hit the ball 115, 120 miles an hour. So when you've got a little of everything, it makes for going out there and needing to make some pretty good pitches.
Right from Max, Brian.
Max, what's it like in your mind when the ball's hit to Ryan McMahon at third base?
A lot of ease. He's pretty sure-handed. He's really great over there. I feel like anything over in that area it's pretty much a sure out.
What kind of difference has he made since coming over here?
He's just great teammate, great person. Obviously a fantastic player, but he's just fit in perfectly. And you see you saw the play that he made last night coming in off the bench. No fear, wants to win, and that energy is contagious.
Any questions for Max?
Hi, Trent. You have Gausman going on the other side today. Just what are some of the challenges in facing him?
He's a veteran pitcher. Start there. Mixes his pitches well. Has a good splitter. And can locate his fastball. So I think all those components make him tough.
There's a guy that does have a good splitter. What's the key in facing a guy like that?
Don't swing at the one that's a ball.
And as far as this Blue Jays team, when you look on the other side, just what are the challenges of facing this team?
They put the ball in play, 1 through 9. They run hard out of the box. They're aggressive. Yeah, and they got a bunch of good players over there.
Other questions for Trent? We'll go to Greg on the left. Trent.
What have you enjoyed most about playing behind Max Fried?
I think just playing center field behind anybody that has the ability to mix pitches and really locate and throw to each quadrant of the zone. And, I mean, I think he does that just about as good as anybody.
We'll go to Mark behind Greg.
Talked a lot about how mentally you felt in a better place this year. Is that the biggest difference for you, more so than, any swing tweaks or anything else?
Yeah, definitely. I've just been able to think better more consistently this year, and that's really kind of what's helped me. I didn't make any swing tweaks or anything like that, but just more worked on mentality.
It's turned into the best season of your career, at least statistically. Do you feel like this is kind of the player you are now? You can build on this?
I think I'm definitely building for sure. I think you can always get better as a baseball player. Yeah, time will tell.
Go to Eric in the third row on your left, Trent.
Trent, how would you describe Ben Rice as a hitter?
Hits the ball really hard, knows the strike zone, and puts together good at bats. So, I mean, those are the three things you want in a hitter, and he's showed that he can do all those things.
That's your right, Trent. Brian.
Trent, some guys on your team have started wearing T-shirts that say "The Big Sleep." Just wondering what your reaction was the first time you saw that.
Giggled, chuckled. That's about it.
What do you think of that nickname?
Nicknames are given. You don't really pick them. I think I've said it multiple times. Whatever they choose, as long as it's not crazy, yeah, that's fine with me.
Aaron, you had to make a decision to get Luis Heel on the roster. Ultimately, why was Mark Leiter Jr. the odd man out there?
Yeah, I mean, tough call. Obviously Mark's pitching some big games for us, and certainly a case to keep him on. But it's also one of those situations where I feel like we're deciding between a few. We feel like good options that could help us for that in that last spot on the in the pen, and Mark being right in the middle of that conversation too. So just a difficult call. Obviously, we ended up going with 14 and 12 as opposed to the 13 and 13. So, but I think there's a good case for like Hedrick and Yarbrough and also. So it's just a call we had to make.
What did you see from Luis Heel down the stretch that ultimately gave you the confidence to give him the ball here tonight?
He's getting big outs, and it hasn't been perfect down the stretch, but the results have been really good. And he's got the moxie. He's certainly got the ability, especially when he's throwing well, to go out there and have success. And I know he's gonna walk out there with confidence and belief that he's gonna pitch well. And bottom line, if he's filling up the strike zone like he's capable of, he's capable of having success against any lineup.
Second row up front.
Aaron, the Blue Jays intentionally walked Judge 7 times this year. What do you guys need to do as a team to ensure that Judge gets to swing the bat this series?
Well, we don't control that. If they walk him, he doesn't get to swing the bat.
Is there a way that you guys can maybe put the Blue Jays in a position where they can't?
Sure. I mean, you get runners on base. It makes it a little harder to do that. We have really good players around him that are capable. So it's about us as a team, doing our thing to, if that becomes a strategy at any point, we've got to have the ability to capitalize on it.
Other questions for Aaron? Meredith?
Aaron, with the off day in between games 2 and game 3, do you anticipate being any more aggressive with your bullpen this series?
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. I'd be aggressive today if need be. That being said, if Louis rolling, he's rolling, and then with our starting pitchers, you know, we have a lot of confidence in them. And I mean, obviously, the first few games of the playoffs, every starter's gotten into at least the seventh inning. So, you know, one of our strengths is we believe is our starting pitching. So it just depends. You gotta stay nimble, and you know, we'll pay attention to the game. Won't be afraid to be aggressive with the pen, but you know, also, you know, hopeful that our guys go deep in the game as well.
Forward us back on your left, David.
Aaron, a couple months ago, you guys seemed to need an injection of a couple versatile players like Rosario and Caballero. Can you talk about what they did for you down the stretch and even into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we had a really good trade deadline. I feel like Cash in the front office did a great job of bringing in some really good pieces that helped complete our team, you know, starting with Ryan McMahon coming over, and then, you know, bringing in like Rosario and Caballero and Slater that gave us, you know, real bench options, real platoon options, and then obviously addressing the bullpen with a few really big important arms. So I feel like it really helped complete us as a team, and you know, after that deadline, after a week or 10 days of kind of settling in, we really started to take off, and I think partly was because we were a more complete, well-rounded club.
Other questions for Aaron? Yeah. We'll get you the microphone, Kirby.
Aaron, how is Cody feeling today? Any change from yesterday?
Yeah, he's doing better. You know, the last couple of days he's gotten a lot of treatment and gone pretty well. So I expect him to be good. I expect him to be fast. I'm sure we'll see him limping a little bit when he's decelerating and things like that. You know, it's just a pain thing on that heel, but feel like he should be should be good to go. And I think he's definitely seen some improvement here over the last 48 hours.